All right. Hello. Welcome, everyone, to Healy Product 101. We will wait a few moments while we have other attendees jumping in and joining us for this evening's training. I'm really looking forward to sharing tonight and doing something a little different. This evening, we are going to be going over long distance analysis. Um, so I'm excited to be talking about that tonight. So we'll just wait a few more moments while people are jumping on. And just to let everybody know that we do have a Spanish interpreter on as well, if that is needed. And of course, these calls are recorded and they will be posted in Healy World America's YouTube channel. You can go and catch the replays there if you are unable to attend the whole call tonight. So let's just wait one more minute while we have people jumping on. And I'm here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I'm so excited to continue to share my passion with you all, everything about Healy and how you can really utilize this tool and be able to share it with so many out there because it's so versatile and there's so much that we can do with Healy. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And if any time anyone has any questions, please go ahead and put them in the chat. I will be monitoring that as we go on throughout the evening, okay? So let's get started on Healy Product 101 long distance analysis. So for today's topics, we are going to be going over how to prepare yourself for a long distance scan, what to send prior to analysis, and the long distance analysis with Adriana Alvarez. So to prepare for your long distance analysis, I myself personally like to find myself a quiet area to center myself, do a little grounding, a little meditation, release anything that's coming to me as well. So I feel very grounded before I go into my meeting. I set my intentions behind the purpose of this meeting, whether that is to, finalize the conversation by leading with the business, or specifically wanting to talk on a specific program group, or for depending on the type of person that I'm talking to. So, really getting a crystal clear vision of how I want to have this long distance call proceed and how I want it to go. You also want to make sure that you have all of your materials ready. So if you have any notes that you need to have, just reminders of things that you want to make sure you want to cover, excuse me, and or having the program descriptions on the side for you. So if they want to know what does that program mean, you can read to them the descriptions of the programs. Even talking into more detail, maybe you're going to be doing an aura analysis or coaching analysis long distance, so you have all of the resources right there readily available before you get on this call with your prospect. And run frequencies, of course. So maybe you might be a little bit nervous, so running programs like balance nerves, or you're just feeling a little rocky. I love self-confidence in the soul cycle. Maybe you're just having some imposter syndrome or some limiting beliefs are holding you back, that I'm just not ready to do this, what am I doing? Running programs in the mental well-being section, like emotional well-being, those are all great programs that can support you. Also, you could run protection frequencies as well if you feel that is something that is resonating with you in the moment as you go into the session. Welcome everyone that's joining in. Thank you so much for joining tonight. So the next thing that I was what you would do prior to the analysis. So please use the tools that Healy has provided for you. So if you're going through your new member journey, maybe you're new to Healy and you're going to use your new member journey. So doing a long distance analysis would most likely come probably after you have already presented Healy, maybe after they've sat a presentation from you or your team. Maybe you've already sent them some information, whether it's a commercial video or one of the flyers or about the promotions that are going on. You shared your story. They already kind of have a grasp of what Healy is. Okay. Now, if I do two types of, because I might do like a discovery or a connect call with somebody. In that time, I might, it depends on the person, right? Maybe it just depends on the person. I might do my own whole spiel and show them the Healy, show them the chords, talk them through what it's all doing, and then perform an analysis, whether it's on myself or that person. So it kind of just depends, but for what the purpose of this evening of this long distance is, I would suggest that they already have a grasp on what Healy is doing, so they could be excited on seeing the quantum analysis and what it's providing. So as I continue, I actually have some videos I was going to show you guys this evening because as I was preparing for the call tonight, I was looking through Healy World official YouTube channel for some of the commercial videos. And then I also was looking at Vimeo on Healy World Official's Vimeo channel. And I found two videos that you can actually download if you're using your laptop or computer. And you can actually download them, and then you can easily share them. The way that they're filmed more for like a phone. So you could, I believe, share these as social media. So you can look through that. So let me show, or not social media, but you can send these to your prospects so they can view it on their phone in a long portrait way. That's what I meant to say, excuse me. So let's go on and watch some of these videos, and so you can see what are some good commercial videos to send to people to get to understand about what Healy is.
In 2019, Healy World introduced its first innovation, the Healy, a device built to provide frequencies for your everyday life through a compact, lightweight wearable device you can take anywhere with you. It is no surprise then that the Healy became a major success. But what if you wanted to bring the power of frequencies to your surrounding space or to your beloved pets? Healy World's range of products was designed with you in mind. Each unlocks a unique solution and can also complement one another for a well-rounded, holistic experience. Think of it like playing violin in an orchestra. The instrument creates its own unique sound, but when played together with cellos, flutes, and other musical instruments, they create a harmonious and beautiful piece of music. Let's zoom in and find out what are the most notable products in Healy World. Meet Mag Healy, a device that uses quantum analyzed frequencies, or QAF, to support you in harmonizing yourself and your surroundings through the emission of a magnetic field. Mag Healy and the Healy go hand in hand, supporting you from the inside and out. Feel the positive energy wherever you are, at work, home, or even the gym. When you want to have full flexibility with the Healy, Healy Coil is there to save the day. Instead of wearing electrodes, simply plug the coil into your Healy device to transmit frequencies for a comfortable and cable-free experience on the go. In addition to the Healy World devices, Heal Advisor Cloud is a database that is continuously expanded with expert knowledge to guide you towards overall holistic well-being. There is a series of powerful app modules that can provide personalized recommendations and information to harmonize your bioenergetic field. Here's proof that innovation at Healy World is not limited to supporting human beings, but our beloved pets, too. The Healy Animal Module lets you apply microcurrent frequencies to your pets. Nothing but the best for our furry friends. The Healy World solutions are designed to seamlessly target multiple aspects of your life for a more fulfilled, conscious lifestyle.
Wasn't that great? How many of you on here have seen that video or actually utilized that video and sending it to prospects to get them excited to use Healy? When I found this today, I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. I can't wait to start sending this to more people. And so this next one, and there's a ton of videos that are formatted this way. There's one about Mark S. Schmieke. And so this next one that I'm going to share is about the apps. So let's check this one out to see if you guys have seen this one as well.
Healy World combines cutting-edge technological and scientific innovations in the development of its products to empower individuals like you to achieve your goals and regain control of your life. In alignment with this mission, Healy World does more than design life-enhancing products to support physical, emotional, and mental well-being. It also offers tools to inspire you to live with balance, confidence, and comfort. Once you receive your Healy or Mag Healy, your go-to app is the Healy app, which pairs your device to your mobile phone and gives you access to hundreds of programs. To guide you on your path to holistic living and take things a step further, there are 2 more mobile applications for you to discover. Let's start with the Heal Advisor app, which provides 3 app modules targeting multiple areas of your life. First is the Heal Advisor Search module, which is available with any Healy edition, from Gold all the way to Professional. This module takes your needs and concerns into account before providing you with program recommendations and personalized weekly plans as you embark on your journey. Next up, explore the power of a nutritious lifestyle with the Heal Advisor Digital Nutrition module, especially if you're a fitness enthusiast or a gym lover. Based on the topic you search for, this module prepares a shopping list of food containing the nutrition that fits your topic, all while respecting your potential food intolerances and allergies. In addition, you will receive recommendations for digital nutrition microcurrent programs that are tailored to your search term. Being able to live in harmony with the cosmic influences of the solar, lunar, and daily cycles is important for your holistic health and vitality. That's why the Heal Advisor Natural Cycle module is a must-have for anyone who wants to realign with their natural flow. In today's fast-paced lifestyle, it is easy to get disconnected from your natural rhythm. Between work, family, and other responsibilities, your daily routines can vary greatly from one day to the next, leaving you feeling off balance and out of sync. Using the Natural Cycle protocol, bring your life back in tune with your natural flow. The next app to explore is the Heal Advisor Analyze app. With the Resonance module, perform an analysis in the information field and find the Healy programs that you are currently resonating with most. Analyze information in databases like Bach flowers, Australian bush flowers, and Schussler salts to find patterns to harmonize your information field. The second analysis module is the Aura module, which lets you analyze the energy distribution of the 7 chakras in the information field. When your chakras with the lowest energy are determined, the module performs in-depth analyses of chakra-specific databases to find positive information patterns for the harmonization of your information field. When your chakras are balanced, your flow of energy is aligned. Lastly, we have the 2-in-1 solution, the coaching modules, which were designed to support you in both your personal development and professional success. The personal coach module is most suitable when you're looking to make improvements in your personal life. Analyze inner processes and relationships in the information field for development in areas of self-worth, emotional balance, family relationships, and more. The Success Coach module covers areas related to both your personal and professional life. With this tool, you can practice holistic coaching to facilitate personal growth and achieve professional success in areas of goals, career, finances, and potential. Make the most of your Healy devices and explore the benefits of the modules in the Heal Advisor and Heal Advisor Analyze app. Keep in mind that there is still far more to discover. Healy World and its network of experts are continually developing more app modules to bring you the newest innovations. Continue on your journey towards long-lasting holistic well-being.
Wow. I love that one. Why do I love that one? Because they pretty much have done an amazing pitch for us. They talk about being able to upsell the natural cycles and why they talk about the digital nutrition when people only going to get that in the professional. And they go into talking about the coaching as well that comes in with the Resonance Plus. So I love that one as well because and I love that it highlights the programming too that we can do with the scheduling inside the search app. So please take time and go and check out Vimeo. I saw you wanted the links in here. I don't necessarily have the links right now, but if you go into Vimeo and you find Healy World Officials videos, and they are right there, and they are, I believe, hyphenated by like HAA2 is what one of these are called on there. So, but you'll see them right there on the Vimeo channel. And then this is the Healy Holistic Flyer. A wellness, yes, the Healy Holistic Flyer that's in your back office that you can download if you want to email these to people prior to, so they kind of know about it. I mean, I feel like this would be part of your initial outreach when you are talking to somebody. But this is something that I send. I would, before getting on and doing an analysis with them, I would let them know a lot more about what Healy is and how it actually works. But this is a great tool to be using to invite people to learn more and get them excited about Healy and all the programs that we have. Now, the next one is I'm going to share a recording that I did with Adriana Alvarez, our head of sales here at Healy World Americas, that I'm sure all of you know her beautiful face. And so we did a long distance analysis recording for you guys. Now, I want to make sure that everyone knows that before you go ahead and do your analysis, it's important to go ahead and cover the disclaimers of what Healy is doing. And also, I just wanted to let everyone know that this is strictly a demo and it's for practice purposes. And I feel that I might have been reading some old program notes. So if you are reviewing your program descriptions when I'm going over the program descriptions, my apologies if they're not exactly the same wording as what is in the manual today. But again, this is just for practice purposes. So please enjoy. This is about a half-hour session I did with Adriana. I personally, leading into this, like to ask people to also ground themselves. And I always like to do Bach flower first because it has more to do with emotional states and it gives a much detailed analysis answer for the client to read and see, like, oh, wow, geez, it's really hidden right on the top of the nail of what's going on with me. And then second, I would go into an all Healy scan. So this is a bit of a shorter one just for time's sake, but I wanted people to see how we do the long distance. All right. So please enjoy and please ask any questions as this goes on. I will be here monitoring the chat to answer questions as this analysis is played for you. Okay. Hi, Adriana. Thank you so much for joining me today and being curious to learn more about Healy and the capabilities of the scanning of this amazing device and what it can do for you.
It's very nice meeting you too, Colette, and I'm happy to be here. Looking forward to it.
Awesome. So I've already talked to you a little bit about Healy and what it does. So I'm glad you made time today that we can actually record your personal frequency, even though you're not here with me. And then we can see what comes up in the analysis provided by Healy and see what frequencies that you're needing today.
Sounds good.
So what I'm going to do before we get started is when I personally use the Healy, everything that the Healy is doing in working with frequencies is very important to hold our intention. And so before we get started, if you feel comfortable, please, if you mind, closing your eyes. And I'm going to kind of walk you through this vision and this intention that I want you to hold as we continue through the scan today. Okay?
Good.
So let's just take a few deep breaths together to ground ourselves and center ourselves. So we're going to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And we'll do that 2 more times. One more time. All right, now, Adriana, I want you to envision yourself waking up in the morning and waking up when it is a beautiful sunny day, and you get up and you wake up and you sit up and you stretch your arms and your body just feels amazing. You have no pains, no aches anywhere within your body. And as you step out of bed, you realize that you are in the most beautiful mood, that you feel light radiating around you and a sense of warmth and love. That this is going to be the most perfect day, and you're going to have no interruptions, and it's going to be everything that you need it to be, of how your perfect day would go. So I want you to envision that version of Adriana every time that we do an analysis scan going forward today, okay? So when you feel comfortable seeing that vision of the perfect version of Adriana, please feel free to open your eyes and we'll get started scanning you with the Healy. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen because we are going to be using an app. Healy has 2 apps that it works with, and one of them is for the analysis. So let me get my screen started for it to share. Okay. So we're going to be using this blue app down here called the Heal Advisor Analyze app. And I'm going to be making you a client in here, all right? Let me just show you first the different databases and programs that we have that we're going to scan through. So I'll walk you through what we're going to do, and then I'll make you a client and we'll actually do this analysis. So if you look here, there's different databases or modules that we can scan you on. So first, let's look at the database analysis, because that's what we're going to scan you on. So if we look in there, there's different databases, then these frequencies will be delivered to you are going to be more of a vibration. These are not microcurrent, and we've talked about this before, where the microcurrent is when you use the cords or you can use the coil. So these ones are working more on the outside in, working on more of your biofield. So we have things like Alaska gem elixirs. Those are more like crystals that you resonate with. The Australian bush flowers and Bach flower remedies, and the Schussler salts are all more of homeopathies. And these are working with more of emotional states. So I always love to really start with the Bach flower remedies. So we will do that today for you. In here as well is I Ching. This is more from ancient times in Chinese and in China, and then we have vital substances that have to do with your amino acids. And going back, we also have our aura analysis and our coaching module. So we could do those on another time to fit in our schedule. We also have a way to see with what programs in the Mag Healy that we need. And then also we have all of the databases for the programs that are inside the actual Healy. So we have programs for animals, beauty, our physical body. We have things for anti-aging, your chakras, digital nutrition, fitness, mental balance, your traditional Chinese medicine, like your meridians, skin and sleep. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go down to the bottom here and I'm going to create you a client in my device. So I will go down, and as you can see, I could choose, but for you, I'll do a person today, but you could even do an animal, a plant, a group. It's amazing all the different things that we can actually scan with Healy because everything is energy. So let's add you in here as a person. So first of all, let's get your name in here the way that you like to spell it. So you want to spell that for me?
A-D-R-I-A-N-A.
Okay. And your last name?
Alvarez, A-L-V-A-R-E-Z.
Perfect. And I'm going to take a picture of you. Let me just see if I can get your screen a bit bigger, and I'm just going to take a picture real quick. All right, say cheese. Very nice. Okay, so we will use that. And let me close that picture back down. So we have that there. Okay, so next I'll hit the blue next button on the bottom. Now, since you are not here with me, we are doing a long distance analysis. So I need to record your personal vibration. This can be, what I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to place the Healy over my speaker. So I have the Healy here. I'm going to place it over my speakers on my computer. And when I say it's time, I just want you to say your name over and over again. So the Healy can pick up the frequency of your voice to record that, okay? So I'm going to record the vibration. I'm going to just have you just start saying your name. So when you're ready, just give me a little nod and I'll hit start, okay? Okay. Oh, I got to connect to the Bluetooth, sorry. Don't start saying your name yet. Okay, here we go.
Adriana Alvarez, Adriana Alvarez, Adriana Alvarez, Adriana Alvarez, Adriana Alvarez.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So now I have your vibration recorded. That is kind of like your digital fingerprint. That is how Healy is going to do a feedback with your frequency based off of the frequencies that are stored inside Healy. But I also need a little more information. So if you would like to give me your birthday.
April 10.
Okay.
1985.
Perfect. Okay, and where were you born?
Florida.
Florida. All right. And do you see yourself as a female? Okay.
Female.
Perfect. And I'm going for today, because I already have your details, I can add that in at a later time, okay? So I'm just going to use these details now, and we're going to continue. So like I said, is I wanted to start on the databases, and we're going to work with the Bach flower remedies. So Bach flower remedies have been around since I believe like the 1940s. And these are flower essences that all have to work with our emotional states. Okay. Now, when the Healy does an analysis on you, this is just pure information that is being stored within your own biofield, and that is being picked up from the frequencies that are being read from the recording that we already did. And then we're also going to hear your voice again as we scan you again. Now, I always like to let people know that we are the only people put judgment on the information that's coming through. Okay, this is purely just information. There's no right or wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. This is just information for us to understand ourselves on an energetic level and how to speak to ourselves through frequencies. So I'm going to go to the Bach flower remedies now. Before we start, I want you to remember how that way you felt when you saw yourself in the most perfect day. Okay. And when I start the analysis again, I would like for you to say your name over and over again, holding that feeling you had when you envisioned yourself on your perfect day. All right. Okay. So hit start, and here we go.
Adriana Alvarez, 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 Adriana Alvarez.
Perfect. So now when the Healy provides these results, it provides the top 5 Bach flower remedies that you resonate with, that are most important right now, that would help bring you back to a beautiful emotional state of balance. Okay. And we see here that it tells you the number. There's certain amounts of Bach flowers. So this is number 39. It's called Rescue, which you probably have seen this in a store. You probably have seen Rescue Remedy in the store. That is Bach flower remedies. And so this one here is what's coming up. And then it tells you that there is a percentage of 62%. This is out of 100. So the higher it is, that's the one that's most relevant, that is needing to bring back to balance. Okay. So this one is present state is for stressful, painful, or traumatic event. And the desired state description is the ability to calm down and process exciting events is strengthened, and thus the personal development potential is promoted. So what this is stating is that you could vibrate these frequencies to bring you back to a state of balance. You also now know that you could go to source this and purchase an actual tincture. They sell these at health stores, and use and ingest this as well. So you could do something for the physical body as well as the emotional body by sending the frequencies with Healy. And so, like I said, it goes down and it tells you the top 5 we have here. So you have the next one is number 20, which is Mimulus, and it's at 56%. And then we have Wild Oat at 55, and number 28, Scleranthus. I don't know if I'm saying that right. 55, and Mustard at number for 47%. So what I would do now for you, Adriana, is I'm going to hit that button vibrate at the bottom. And I am going to choose down here at the select duration, I'm going to choose a time that I'm going to actually send these frequencies to you right now to help these emotional states come back into a state of balance. All right. So for time's sake, we're just going to do 38 seconds. Well, actually, we'll do 17 seconds today. All right. And while these frequencies are going, I invite you to close your eyes or to sit here and read the analysis that's going through, so you could read it and focus your intention on bringing this back to a state of balance, and also just allowing those frequencies to come to you. All right. It's very important to be open to receiving these frequencies. Okay. So let me hit done and start, and we're going to get these frequencies sent to you.
How much time do you usually recommend to run these vibrations for?
That's a really good question. So what has been recommended is that if this is an acute situation, like if you noticed that you really resonated with some of these topics that came up and you're like, yeah, that's something that affects me mostly throughout my adult life or most of my life. So that would be more of a chronic situation. Or if maybe this is like, oh yeah, had a little thing happen to me this morning and got me into this state, that's more acute. Okay. So if something is acute, we would choose 38 seconds. And you would do that 6 to 8 times a day, sending short, quick blasts of information, kind of like rewiring your car, your computer, just sending information to quickly rewire. Now, if this was something chronic that had been presenting itself for quite a while, you choose about 2 minutes and 50 seconds and doing that 2 to 3 times a day for about a month. Now we're able to actually go back and use these same lists that we just did this analysis on. So we could go back to the same list and send these frequencies to you. So you would do it for 2 to 3 times a day for 2 minutes to 50 seconds for about a month, and then reassess and see how you've been feeling. See if these, when you get triggered or whatever, if these emotions or the emotional states keep coming up, if you're finding that your life is just becoming a little bit easier. And so I always encourage people to journal daily when they start using frequencies, because it can be the slightest change that makes a difference in your day when using frequencies. Does that answer your question?
Perfect.
Good.
Yes.
Okay, so now we're going to go back and we are going actually to see what kind of frequency program you would resonate with. So you could actually use the microcurrent frequencies when you have a Healy for yourself. So what I like to do is I like to go through all Healy programs first. Now you did have to say your name quite a few times for this. So the reason sometimes it's longer than another. It depends on how much data is inside that it's analyzing you on. So if you want to just really hold your intention, you can. I'm used to having people say their names over and over again. It's whatever you feel most comfortable doing. Okay. So we're gonna. Oh, go ahead.
No, since I already did one, saying my name, I'll do it intentionally this time.
Wonderful. So this is just going to be the actual groups of programs you resonate with. It'll be top 5, and then we're going to go in deeper to see what actual programs you resonate with. So it's a kind of a couple step process we're going to do today. So I'm glad you're drinking your water. It's always important to have water while we are using frequencies because they communicate and flow a lot better when we are hydrated. So let's get this started, okay? So again, center yourself and envision, your perfect day and how you feel. Right. So, like I said, there's top 5. So the first one we have is the learning program at 52%. Then we have our gold cycle programs at 49%, our mental balance programs at 48%, our job programs at 48%, and sleep at 48%. These are all really great programs that have like amazing programs inside. So I'm going to let you pick and choose if you'd like to know more. So let me tell you a little bit about each of them. The learning programs have a lot to do more with like our memory, concentration. The gold cycles were the original 144,000 frequencies that were created for Healy. There are 7 different programs in there, and they are all encompassing, beautiful, for a great start when getting into frequencies. Then we have our mental balance programs. It pretty much states what it is for. Our job programs, a lot of those have to do with stress. So I love to dive deeper into jobs. There's also programs in there for more focus. And then sleep, of course, we know how valuable and important it is to have quality sleep so we can reset our bodies at night. So typically what I would do is go to the top two and go a little bit deeper, but because we have a lot of them are around the same percentage. We have 3 at 48 and 49 and 52. They're very close. So is there one you would like to go deeper in, or would you like me to just choose?
I would like to know about the gold cycles.
I like that option as well. So let's go deeper into this. So what we could do is we could vibrate the frequencies for all of this because the Healy knows what you need, but let's just go into the gold cycle right now. So I'm going to go back at the top and I'm going to go back to the program groups. Oops, excuse me. Hit the plus sign there. And then we will go down to the gold. And now again, please hold your intention as we get started as it does the analysis today. Okay. So let me get this. So we have relax at 42, energy at 40, relax at 45, energy at 42, care at 40, being at 35, and balance at 33. So relax is an amazing program. Obviously, we know it's for relaxing, but it also works to create anti-stress. This helps with letting go of anything that you're holding on to throughout the day. And it helps support the process of gently letting things go and helping yourself recover as well. And then we have energy that obviously supports your increasing your energy, whether that is to go work out or you need a little boost. Maybe you're a busy mom or a busy entrepreneur. We have care next. And so care sets the stage. It supports your immune system. And it also helps in supporting your bioenergetic field strengths and supports the immune process. And it helps with the energy of the immune cells and organs. And it helps when the bioenergetic field is weak or damaged. And it can help cause a run of effect that can predispose the body to serious imbalances. So thinking of this as providing ultimate care, getting you back to a center state. And then you have being. And the being program is seen as a supportive set of frequencies to help balance the mind and mental well-being, creating a sound and supportive structure for higher states of mental processing. It also could be thought as the immune system of the mind, where it supplies us to supportive and nurturing frequencies that align our soul to the higher vibratory fields of energy. And this can create a more supportive mental and emotional experience to the physical body. So, and then we have balance as well. And balance program assists in various bodily functions energetically and refers to the balance, bioenergetic balance of your kidneys, your circulatory system, your lymphatic system, and hormones. And it's ideal. It's an ideal program for deep bioenergetic support in the body's energy field. Running balance is a great way to help balance the immune system with all the challenges of today's world. Balance is a great balance on multiple levels. It's also a good way to signal pathways to help support emotional and mental balance. So what you could do, Adriana, is now that we've read those programs, you could actually, it says 45% is your highest one, which is relaxed. So that's the program you would actually choose to go into and put on your body with the microcurrent. I can also send these frequencies to you, which I will do right now. Oops. Oh, sorry. I'm going to send these frequencies to you right now. So you're getting the frequencies vibrated to you on all 5 of these programs right now. But what I would do afterwards is I would take the cords and the black wristbands and plug those on and actually run the relax program for you to receive it. I believe it's a 60-minute program. And then you would be receiving those frequencies via microcurrent. So it's cellularly going in and allowing instant forms of release within inside your body.
And should I be feeling or sensing anything as you're running this right now?
With the vibrations? Some
Yes.
people definitely do. Some people do not. It definitely depends on if a person is energetically sensitive or if you're tapping in and you're focusing to this. I know when I first started with the frequencies, I didn't necessarily feel anything for a while by setting these vibrations. But again, everything has to do with our focus and our intentions on allowing these frequencies to help us. So as I continued my journey with frequencies and removing, I like to call these onion peels, these layers of blockages, a few months in is when I started to actually feel these vibrations. I always knew that they were working, but it wasn't until I started to really shed and find that tap in that moment that I could feel these frequencies around me. That's just my personal experience. So Adriana, what we would do is I'll show you how I could go into find the program that I need to run for you and how I would set it up. Oh, excuse me. Let me get my Healy turned on. And it won't connect. What did you think of the analysis? Seems pretty easy, right? How it works?
Absolutely. I mean, I look forward to reading more about it and having some additional scans that can tell me a little bit more.
Yes, absolutely. And the great thing about Healy is that when it comes, you have a 14-day money-back guarantee. So I always tell people to don't wait, open that box and start using it straight away so you can start to see all of these awesome analysis that it can do for you. I know we didn't get into the aura or the coaching today, but those put out some amazing information that it can provide for you. So I always suggest just really dive into that. So today we had the gold programs and we have relax, which is right here on the bottom that we're going to do. So I will select that one. And this is a 55-minute program. And it shows you that you can use the sticker electrodes, or we also have the wristbands. You can place them on your wrists. And you also can use this with the Healy coil, that additional piece that I've told you about. So while the program right now, the program is being sent from the cloud into the Healy device after it was initiated from the app. And once the program is programmed into your Healy, it will run for 55 minutes unless the Healy has realized that you have found all resonant match frequencies for that program. So it's very smart that it can tell if you have had enough, and the program will finish early. And the next time you turn your Healy on, it will still be programmed to the relax program until you initiate another program to be sent here. All right. Now, when you use this, it's important to know that less is more with frequencies. As you can see, you can turn the intensity, which starts at 15%. You can turn it up and down to here. Because I don't have anything plugged into the Healy, it's not going to have a current flowing, but about between 30 and I would say 50, 55, 60 is a good starting range for people when they are starting with frequencies. Now, you should never feel any pulsating or tingling. If you do, let's turn those frequencies down a little bit. We're wanting to just encourage a gradual change as the frequencies are speaking to our body. So,
okay.
Now, do you have any other for me, Adriana?
Yes, I do. Do I scan myself daily, multiple times to know what programs I should be running? Or is there an access, like a guidebook that I can use certain things for? How do I know?
Absolutely. Actually, let me share my screen one more time so I can show you that. So, I mean, I have definitely sat there and scanned myself over and over and over again as I got started, because you just get lost in all these amazing scans that Healy provides. But I'm just going to quit this program. So what I was going to show you here is in our apps down here, we have this amazing center called the Info Center. And we have a Healy guide that we can actually go to, and it's easily downloadable. So it will teach you how to use the Healy. And we also have the amazing Healy Academy that's easily accessible in both of the apps. So when you choose the Academy, there's videos that walk you through of how to set up your Healy, how to connect via the Bluetooth. And so when you get into the scanning though, you can do everyone's different. So your choice. So some people just do Mondays. Some people wake up in the morning and see how they feel. There's times where I might wake up and I just vibrate all of my energy pathways, all my chakras and all my meridians to get energy flowing and then scan myself. There's no right or wrong way here. So you can use Healy however you feel. Even the creator, Mark Schmike, has said that he's gotten down to only scanning once a week, or using his microcurrent once a week and then utilizing the vibrations. So there's no right or wrong way. People even make protocols for themselves as if one day I'm focusing on my digital nutrition, doing a scan on that, and then you can go back and use those same lists all week, or maybe you're going to do a month. Healy makes it so you can craft your own journey, like choose your own adventure with Healy, pretty much.
That's incredible.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions for today?
No, I think I would like to know more, of course, of what are the options for me to purchase the product. And if you can send me the guide, and I would like to read it as well.
Perfect. That sounds great. I'll send you an email shortly. We have a wonderful promotion going on this month. So I'll add all those details in there along with the guide so you can learn more. And please don't hesitate to reach out.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Colette. I feel better already.
Oh, wonderful. That's great. Well, thank you and enjoy your day.
Thanks. You too. Oh.
Okay. All right, guys, well, I hope that you guys liked that little practice that I did with Adriana yesterday. And I saw that I was answering questions and I realized I was answering them only to the panelists. So Sherman, when you were asking, which is this, I believe we were talking about the CARE program at that time. And yes, this is going to be available to you all. Again, you can watch this replay on Healy World Americas. And then, so just to wrap the call up, just want to do, what would you do after you finalize your call with them? So again, you want to send a thank you email, a little text that you could send, just giving some gratitude for them sharing time with you during the day. You can, if you are emailing, add any of the PDFs that you did on the analysis. Maybe you want to send them the program descriptions as well so they can see what those programs are. And also send any details that you guys spoke about. So she asked me to send the guide, so I would send that to her, all the promotions that are happening. And when just so make sure they have everything going on there. I'm gonna stop sharing now. And I see your question here, Sherman. So when the results are low, if they're like low percentage, then yeah, those areas definitely need a lot of work. So if they're real low, I would, get those microcurrent programs going, running and supporting them, also sending the vibrations and really trying to be diligent and doing the short blasts multiple times a day to encourage that change. That would be something that I would personally do. I hope that that's kind of what you were asking about, the percentages being low. And please, if there's any other questions that you guys had, maybe stuff that's come up for you all when you are doing long distance scans. Now, people do these all different types of ways. Sometimes people, I'm going to finish this. Sometimes people will hold the Healy in their left hand and hold the intention for the other person. Maybe they have a picture or they're looking at them on the phone while they say their names. I've done that in the past. And my experience with that and why I stopped doing that was because if I wasn't grounded enough and I wasn't able to tune in and tap in to really support that, the Healy was reading more my own personal frequencies. So that's why I've switched now to placing the Healy really just right on top of the speakers. I've also have other people within my team that are coaches that have actually had clients send clippings of their hair, little pieces of their hair or like nails, because that's your personal frequency. So some people have sent those to people so they can actually record that vibration. So there's no right or wrong way. I just personally like to do the Healy on the computer now. So Sherman, okay, she's asking me to explain the short blasts. So the short blasts, them talking about the vibrations. So in the vibration timestamp, so when you go down to hit vibrate at the bottom of the analysis app, and you can change the times. They say the 37 seconds, 6 to 8 times a day. So those are short, quick blasts of information, frequencies being sent to your information field to encourage change. So it's kind of like just rewiring. So they've seen that people are having better success by more consistently encouraging and sending the information out, right? So this is what we have been educated on. Marcus has spoke on this in the past. And so then if it's something that is more chronic, then you would do that 2 to 3 times a day for, I believe they changed time a little bit now. I think it's 2 minutes and 50 seconds, I believe. It used to be 2 minutes and 47 seconds. So you do that 2 to 3 times a day for about a month and then reassess. And you would be using the same lists that the scan that had real low vibrations was. Next, Mala has said, how can we improve on the IMF flow when we are connected to the bands? I hydrate myself, take extra salts, adjust the band, but it stops the waveform. Okay, so there are a few other things that you could try. You can get like electrode gel, the same thing they would use like for an ultrasound, and place it under the silicone bands. You can find that at a health supply store or online. And or you can also just take a little piece of tissue paper, cotton, paper towel, get that wet, place that underneath there so there's more conductivity happening. If that's not working, then you might want to start testing the device as well. To make sure that the cords are working appropriately. So if your device is older and you've had your cords a long time, you've worn them down a little bit. So a test you could do is by taking the bands off and just having the cables and placing the cables face to face and seeing if the flow happens. Then at least we know that the cords are working and the outputs are working. So it's something that's going on with you personally. But I really think that utilizing that electrode gel, like every time I use that, it's instantly, and also because the conductivity is so well, I tend to have to turn it down when using that. But really good question. Thanks for asking. We have just a few more minutes. So does anyone have any other questions they want to ask tonight? It's really nice to have you guys ask questions. Yes, Izzy, right? Yes, it definitely. It's and I remember the first time it happened is it was a little embarrassing, like, oh, that's definitely me, the Healy scanning, and you just sit there with a smile. And you're like, hopefully maybe they're still resonating this way too, and their life is just as chaotic. So always just keep a smile if you think that maybe it's reading you and you're like, it's not me. um you may have come us in the beginning, but but do you totally close the app between clients? Do you totally close the app between clients? Like if I had one client back to back, is that what you're saying, Izzy? I'm not quite understanding. And also, guys, if it's not a steady current, a lot of the times that will also arise if it's a very low frequency. So pay attention to the frequency output that's happening. So like maybe it's a 2 point something or 0.5, 0.7, those real low frequencies. They tend to not necessarily have a high a connected flow, but you're still receiving those frequencies. This happens a lot, especially on the lower frequencies. Oh, right. Yes, Mala. I did say that, and um I did say that, Mala. I don't know why I said that afterwards. Sorry. So she's right. Okay, so Mala says you mentioned the low reading percentage. I thought the highest percentage is what you need to work on. I'm a bit confused. Yeah, I don't even know why I said that because that was completely wrong. So excuse me. Yeah, so any of the times that it's high percentage. So who asked that? That was Sherman. Did Sherman ask that? What happens when your results are low? So that just means maybe what you're scanning yourself on is that you are more, yeah, you're balanced. So it's not anything that's super high. Um, thank you so much for correcting me on that. I don't know what I was reading something else in my mind on that. But I hope that answered that question. If I scan one person, then I want to scan another person, it's close it out between. Oh, no, I don't necessarily close them out. When I'm doing events, Izzy, I mean, my app's open all day and I just, add new client, and do that. So, all right, guys, we are actually 2 minutes over the hour. Look at us hanging out. But I want to thank you all for being here. Yes, maybe that's what I was thinking of. But thank you all for being here tonight. And please make sure that you share the replay with with your teams if they're needing to know more about how to do long distance. And again, this will be uploaded into Healy World America's YouTube. So have a good night, everybody. Thank you for joining and interacting with me this evening. Good night.